right, what is going on, Learn Nation? Today we're going to talk about advanced tracking. This is my favorite lesson, I think, in this module. Might do a second part if I need to build on this, but you guys are going to love this a lot. This is really like using the URL parameters on all of your links within Facebook. I'll show you that. But also, like, what does all that stuff mean? Why do we need to have some more advanced tracking on everything? Isn't Facebook good enough as it is? I will tell you, Facebook's great, but I've already went through multiple lessons in this module of showing you how I need to take data out to get a better view of it. Okay, and this is how one of the ways you take data out of Facebook. So we're going to talk about some Google Analytics stuff today. So stick with me; it's going to be a good one. All right, let's get into it. So what are URL parameters? Okay, it's these things you see at the end, okay, of your domain, right? So like learn.com, UTM source, medium, campaign, content. Those are like the core 5 UTMs. Well, what are URL parameters? Okay, so URL parameters are details that are added to an end of a URL, but you may have not known what they are. Okay, but let's just break down the components. Okay, so here's an example. All right, I already got it up on the screen. Each parameter will include a key and a value. Okay, the keys in this case are UTM underscore source, medium, campaign, content. Okay, now there's also term, which is the 5th one that's actually missing from this example. But a lot of people don't use term. I like to use term. I'll explain that in a second. Multiple parameters are separated with an @ sign. Okay, so you can see that the and sign, not @ sign. It's the and sign. Okay, so we got the question mark is where it usually starts when you put a question mark at the end of a URL string. You know, that kind of tells Google and search engines that the rest is just tracking stuff. Then you have a label, and you separate the labels with this ampersand. You know, let's assume we added these parameters to the URL of a Facebook ad. When someone clicks that ad and they go to the website, these parameters would appear at the end of the URL. I could use Google Analytics or other analytics tools to see details about this particular traffic source. Okay, so you know, these tell me something. This tells me that the source was Facebook, the medium was the Facebook right column, the campaign was a blog post promotion, the content was optimization problems. Okay, so we're gonna add dynamic. You know, so there's different types of parameters. Okay, so this is kind of how you build one within Facebook. This is like a UTM builder. It's very similar to the Google builder. I'll show you that in a sec. But you know, this is what's within Facebook's platform. Okay, and typically source, medium, campaign, and content are what they're showing here. But again, I like to use UTM term, and I'll explain that. So let's just go through each one of these right now. Okay, so source, what is that? To identify the source of traffic. So Facebook, Instagram, Google, Yahoo, AOL, right? Like a search engine, maybe it's email. Okay, maybe like for source for email, I'd actually put like SendLane or sorry, what's another one? I'm blanking here. HubSpot, maybe if you guys use HubSpot, like Salesforce. Okay, like what is the actual email platform that you might be mailing from? Now Medium is the advertising medium, so that's where you put email, banner. You can put like display, native ad, content ad. Okay, we put like radio, print. Like this is just the actual advertising medium, right? So in our case, it's, you know, I like to put display or native here for Facebook ads. All right, like display ads is usually the medium that I use. And then campaign name, that's obviously just the name of the campaign. Okay, we have our own naming for that. I've showed you guys. And then content is typically like, what is the content they're going to see when they click the link? Is it what landing page is it? We create our own landing page codes. Yeah, that's important. So, you know, I'll talk about that in a sec too. And then you have a little preview box here at the end. Sorry guys, I'm having some issues with my neck today. Sitting at a computer, teaching you guys all the time, cramps me up. All right, so URL dynamic parameters. Okay, these are awesome. All right, so Facebook allows for dynamic parameters to be put in ads. What does that mean? Okay, well, if you don't want to like hand type every one of those parameters every time you create an ad, you can just use standard dynamic parameters, which will actually pull in like your campaign name, your ad set name, and your ad name. Okay, so your naming conventions that you actually create. So a really good naming convention can make this step very easy. Okay, and I highly recommend everyone do this when you're just starting. Okay, it's just way easier to do it this way. Just have a really like clean naming convention for your campaign names, your targeting, right, and your ads. Like how are you labeling your ads? Okay, I've showed you guys like I 1.11, right, for image ad, V 1.2 for a video ad, right? Just make it real simple. Okay, and then what you do is you can use these dynamic parameters. So if I do campaign name, so I would do UTM underscore campaign, and then these squigglies, campaign.name squigglies, okay? Let me show you guys that real quick. So if I was actually just using this is what I would use. I would use like site source name. I would use like, so for the UTM campaign, I'll do, sorry, it's usually a question mark, UTM underscore campaign, okay, equals, equals this. So you can just copy and paste it. Or you can just put this right here into, okay, this box right here within Facebook, and it'll just like print it out for you, and you copy and paste. Okay, so this is like, highly recommend using dynamic parameters. It's going to save you time in the beginning. And then when you want to like refine or get better at labeling all of your UTMs, you can use a combination of dynamic and your own custom. Okay, and I'll talk about that in a sec. So when you set up these UTMs, all right, this is like, UTM is called like urchin tracking method, by the way. It was developed in the early 2000s. Google created it. And it's the basis for Google Analytics. It actually set the groundwork for like all tracking for all of marketing the last 20 years, easily. So it works really well. Okay, so it is the basis of the backbone of Google Analytics. So this is like, I've mentioned like my marketers, I want them all to get Google Analytics certified, right? Like go take that basic Google Analytics certification on Google Academy. Okay, it's free, takes you like a couple hours. You'll have a good understanding of this, and that'll help you with setting this up. But I'll walk you through Google Analytics real quick. But when you do this, all of those parameters are then going to be sent back to Google Analytics. You can export it, right? And just everything's going to be cleaner, right? So this is how you get data out of Facebook. You can export this data out of Google Analytics. You can import it into other things like your CRM, right? And I'll show you that. I think I have shown you guys that a little bit. Let's go in our Salesforce for a second. Whew, okay, don't need to see that right now. This is just one of our offers. Okay, made 42,000 this month, guys. Big whoop. Okay, now you can see these are UTMs. Okay, so in my reports, I have UTM source, medium, campaign, content, and term. Okay, so source, FBA, Facebook ads, YouTube, display. Some of these don't match up because we've been changing our formatting, right? This is like our old campaign code. This is our new one. Okay, so this is UTM campaign. This is like our campaign code. Okay, content. These are our landing page codes. Term, these are our ads, right? So video ad 1.9 with copy 1.3. Okay, so I told you guys that. So the UTMs can also pull into your CRM, so you can kind of map your customer record data together. Okay, it's really powerful. So and then let's, so how do we do custom ones, right? So if you're doing these parameters, you can go into Google Analytics. And within Google Analytics, you go to acquisition, campaigns, all campaigns on the left. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys that real quick. So we're over here in Analytics now. Like I said, go take the basic certification. It's like 2 hours. It's really good. Every marketer should have it. I require all my marketers that I hire to get it. This will give you a good understanding of this. Also, of course, your website's going to have this set up, right? We've talked about Google Tag Manager a bit when setting up pixels. Same thing, you add your analytics script to like your tag manager code, right, on your website, and have this fire on every page. So to get to where we want to go, we're going to go to acquisition, campaigns, and we're going to look at all campaigns. Okay, now the immediate view that comes up here, I hope you guys can see my screen. You can see for this specific time period, this week, let's look at month to date. these campaign codes have generated the most traffic. You can see it's already pulling through real nicely. Okay, I can see sales and revenue on that traffic, right? So, this campaign, Facebook RK, we launched March 3rd. Okay, we've had 21,000 users, 25,000 sessions, 80% bounce rate. That's actually not bad. Okay, 20% are sticking around. Average duration 4 or 5 seconds, and then we're getting sales. Okay, so I'm actually, our analytics is hooked up to just show basic conversions on like when people are buying our webinars, or our offers. So this is a really handy view. Okay, now I can also separate this by source. There's primary dimensions right here. Facebook, YouTube, Tune, right? These basically overlap a little bit. Some of these are just like not right. This Facebook.com is most likely organic traffic, like free traffic. Sorry guys, I don't have any water. Medium, okay, display, email, affiliate. All right, it's like most of our traffic comes from paid, but obviously we have email and we have affiliate traffic. We have partners that promote for us. Okay, affiliates doing well. Yeah, telesales is crushing it. Cool. Now there's one other thing I want to show here that's not in this area, right? So we talked about campaign, source, medium. There's also content and term, right? So let's do content, add content. So you can use this primary dimension filter to just pull in content. And this way I can see like what landing pages are getting the most traffic, okay? This is really useful for using the content UTM. So now I know what landing pages are making me the most money. So you can actually see here, this read SA has less traffic than this STP FTG landing page, but more revenue. Okay, so that's an interesting finding. All right, that I just noticed. All right, so I'd be like, hey, send this more traffic. It's converting a lot better, right? That's just a quick, optimization you can see on the content. Now there's also term. Okay. Where do you get term again? UTM term ads. I think I'm not in the right. Maybe it is paid keywords. No. Anyways, term is over here in Salesforce. Okay, it's how we actually measure our specific ads. There is a way to filter UTM term in Google Analytics. I just have to Google it real quick, but you guys get what I'm trying to say. You can actually drill down all of your sales to the individual ad and see how those ads are performing. So just to give you a basic understanding, like this is really powerful, right? Now I want to give you a strategy for making your own custom, cleaner format for this, okay? This was like our version 1 of this UTM setup. I launched this about 1.5 years ago at Learn. We've now transitioned to something more advanced, but that's just for our own needs, things that it talks better with our systems. It's just more proprietary and works better with like our marketing team. This is a good base point, but you can evolve this on your own after you have a good handle of it. But I'm gonna actually give you guys this, okay? So I'm gonna give you the exact UTM mapping that I created for Learn, okay? I hope this is like really valuable to you guys. Type in this link, all right? I'll blow that up for you guys. Learn.com/FB ads-link tracker, okay? Type that in. What it's going to do is it's going to take you to this sheet, okay? It's a bonus gift, all right? So this is a view only, all right? So what you have to do is come click File, Make a Copy, save a copy of this for yourself, all right? This is so people don't ruin the sheet, right? Everyone can copy this on their own. And you're going to get, okay, let's see if this landing page actually works.